What's up? This is Vic from Quick Cuts Premium Lawn Care here in Conyers, Georgia. Today I am going to talk about how I am trying to help a few of my guys who cut the grass get a better quality and cut. One of the things is actually knowing your deck height when going into servicing your clients. So what I always tell them, don't start out cutting the yard too low in the beginning. It's best to go through it first and cut it at a higher height, just getting a little bit of the clippings off the top, and then go back and lower the deck by a quarter, not a half. A lot of times, my brother, who is learning to get a better quality cut, he wants to go in and lower it by half instead of the quarters that's on the dial. So it's best just to lower it by quarters. This prevents you having a lot of grass clippings. And you know what happens when you run over grass clippings? You get clumps in the yard, and then you got to go back and blow it. And of course, if you go back and blow it, you see those clumps right there. Pretty much you have to cut the whole thing over again. So that's one of the things that I'm sharing with him, is to lower the deck only by a quarter as you go, to prevent a whole bunch of grass clippings. Also, you can see right here where he's blowing the debris from the hedges into the yard right there, and then of course we're going to come back and mulch it. This helps out by speeding up the time dealing with those clippings, because a lot of times customers do not want it left in their beds. So as you can see here, he's cutting it at a higher height, and I'm pointing out, make sure that chute is open. You get a better cut when you have your chute open, because it allow that flow, the airflow to go through there and shoot that doggone clippings out, and not leaving a whole bunch of clumps underneath your cutting deck. So on this yard, we wanted to make sure that the clients will be satisfied in our service. And one of the things that I was instructing my brother is to, once again, cut the yard high. And the reason why we're doing this is so we won't brown out the grass. And also, if we make a mistake and cut it too deep, it's hard to come back from you cutting it too deep. So we're cutting it a little high, so we can reduce the grass clippings. As you can see, he's barely cutting the grass. Got a new guy named Eddie. He's been with us for a little over 2 months, and man, he's done got really good with that stick edger there. He's using a technique where he is lifted up high and just allowing that wheel just to roll as he cut along the edge. That's one of the techniques. Notice that he got the hand underneath it, raised real high, and just gliding right over that that edge makes it a little easier than trying to walk behind that thing. I do prefer the curved shaft over the straight, and from here on out, that's what I will be getting. So one of the things that you see how the grass is barely being cut right there, really good. I'm telling you, rather cut it twice than have to come back and blow it because of the extra clippings. Here's a little tip I gave my guys. Go ahead and put a little tarp out, just so you can get all the little hedge clippings that falls to the ground. It actually speeds up the cleanup when you're doing that, because you don't have to come back later and pick it up with your hand, which is a whole lot of headache, especially if you got a lot of clippings. All right, believe it or not, blowing is a very important part of lawn maintenance. What I try to make sure the guys understand is, if you blow the grass and mower didn't cut it really good, it's gonna blow back up. So the idea is for the mower to do its job, so where the grass won't come back up. But you do see that it is some clumps in the yard, and we don't like to leave any clumps in the yard. So I get my guys to, blow it out. Also, man, I'm really picky about making sure that line where the edge is blown out. And you see my guy coming off the edge of that driveway. What we try to make sure is there's no grass underneath that mower to put anything on that driveway, y'all. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And as always, cut on, Live Cam family. Cut on. And that's looking real good. And I'm cutting out. Peace.